Always on my grind, it's 24/7, I don't settle. I demand my respect, cause they'll finesse you if you let them. Told myself I was the champion, went and got the medals. I showed the world my true colors and they was black and yellow. I let the past be the past, I'm on a new level. It's hard to pick
Menu narration options set tough.
The first to make it cross the line like a true winner. Cause if you knew better, then you do better. Yeah, better when I wanna get better. I'm getting better when I wanna get better. I'm getting better when I wanna get better. If you do it good, I'ma do it better. If you do it good, I'ma do it better. Chosen.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome your New Orleans Saints?
On the Tampa sideline, head coach Todd Bowles. His guys looking to even things up after a 3-4 start to the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
They'll find McMillan here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
From the gun, Mayfield. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Complete to Cade Otton. It's a gain of 23 yards. First down.
Mayfield looks to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. They go play action. Mayfield. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
They'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Mayfield on play action. Going across the formation, there's Otton with it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Good work there. You're going to see on play action, they run an out route with the receiver on the outside and let the tight end work the seam in the area beyond him. A great concept, and it leads to a first down.
They'll run for the first time with Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Play fake. Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Here's Mayfield. And he's got it. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Emeka Egbuka, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former 2nd-round pick from Louisville, Tyler Shuck.
And he was taken in the 2nd round after setting career highs in passing yards and touchdown passes for the University of Louisville. 3 different schools in college and 4 degrees. Academically inclined, he'll have the playbook down pat in absolutely no time. As a big arm, takes care of the football, and his experience is going to serve him well as a new starter in the NFL.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Here's Shuck. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. To throw is Shuck. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Throwing, Shuck. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Johnson. And they get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. 4-yard gain. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Travis Etienne with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They start the drive here with Gainwell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield. Looking middle, and he finds McMillan. This defense for the Saints, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
That is caught. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. To throw, Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Oh, it's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And they'll run with Tucker. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Emeka Egbuka with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until a defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. Oh, the snap, a poor one, and this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
And it's usually not a good thing when we start talking about the long snapper, but it was his error that led directly to that block. If this operation is cleaner, we're probably talking about a different outcome.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. He's got a rushing touchdown of the game already as you check to see where he is ranked in rushing TDs coming into the weekend. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
On 1st and 10, it's game one.
And down to the 36-yard line here.
36-yard line.
Second down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They run. It's Tucker.
And he stopped immediately there. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment.
Mayfield to throw it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Bucs first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Mayfield running the option right. And just shutting him off there. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
O'Keefe from 3 yards out. And the Buccaneers are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13.
Saints 7.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Bell sheds him off. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
That's good for the Saints.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
To throw now, Shuck.
And he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Shuck.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now Shuck. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Shuck now to throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
To the air again, here's Shuck.
And it's caught. They'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal. Pick up with 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Etienne will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Touchdown, Saints.
Travis Etienne. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints are back within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead will shrink to 6. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was Travis Etienne on the touchdown reception capping the drive.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Oh, able to avoid him.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back now comes Tampa Bay. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They work now on second and 9.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
They'll find McMillan here.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That's good for a first down. A gain of 21 yards.
On first and 10, here's Irvin. Down to the 22-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. It was simply offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Now a second and 6.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Mayfield. Pass incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mayfield now.
Open man is Ibuka. He's got it.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Emeka Ibuka
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Powering his way forward. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Saints offense and Chris Olave getting set to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
From the gun, Shuck.
Going right side here, and that's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. He'll look to throw.
This one taken in by Olave.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Back to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. On the move past the 40.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They will throw again. Shuck.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's Shuck. The pass caught by Olave.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Shuck.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. We are into week 8.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds.
The Saints offense and Travis Etienne set to take over once again. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. Second half starts with a run by Etienne. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On second down, Etienne once more.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down. First and 10.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Olave holds it in.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
To throw is Shuck.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And his kick is indeed good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. You must get the ball back for us.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would.
Now Mayfield lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because when the defense got it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Here's Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people that have big games as well.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. And they'll go again with Etienne.
And some space here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard
Throwing, Shuck. That's Olave bringing in another one.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
74 yards. Saints 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
And they'll run with Etienne.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Travis Etienne taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 23.
They'll start on the ground with Irving.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw, Mayfield. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Bell sheds him off. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to put one over his head as this game progresses.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with Etienne.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth.
So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So out come the Bucs now.
The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He does a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Play fake. Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the Saints' 44-yard line.
Here's Tucker.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, as far as plays go, there's nothing to write home about on that one because that one gets some negative yardage. But if you do want to find a positive, he found a way to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 30. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Well, the Jets sweep. This is Godwin. Tackle made by Tyree Wilson. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. On the ground, it's Tucker.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Mayfield to throw it.
And he is caught.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Emeka Egbuka.
27 yards.
And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And they work this well outfield across the 45. 66 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Here's second and a yard. ETN once more. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Now Shuck. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
And see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he comes back with one complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw now, Shuck. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Point after here coming up.
And they will take a 7-point lead now.
So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So Mayfield and the Bucs down by 7, a minute 4 on the clock. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now 2nd and 4.
Down at the 31. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Mayfield to throw. To the right side, catch made by Buka.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Mayfield.
Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. And he clocks it with just over 30 seconds left.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Mayfield. He'll find McMillan here.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Here's Baker. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Here's 1st and goal.
19 yards. That's another Buccaneers.
And he clocks it with just 10 seconds left. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
20.
Mayfield. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
Can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side, and maybe he gets a one-on-one isolated on the backside.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're out of timeout, so this one has to be in the end zone. So make sure you have your fastest guys and your best leapers on the field for this play.
Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal.
One last shot from Mayfield here. And they're going to get him. They bring it down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for New Orleans,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin.